Assalamu alaikum, peace be with you. Welcome to another edition of Faith of Life. My name is Hamid Slimi and I'm your host for this show. We usually discuss different aspects of life, and one of the most important aspects of life that makes life interesting, the expressions that human beings show in different ways, not necessarily in verbal manner, but also in artistic manner. Art is very, very important in life. Art comes in civilizations when they reach a level they want to express the beauty of their religion, of their culture, of many things in their life and relevant issues in their life. So art comes for that expression, and it comes in different forms. So creativity comes in place, and people not compete but actually come with different ways, and they create a beautiful image of what they want to express. If it's, for instance, their history or their culture or their religion, their spirituality, people would draw things, would sing things, would play things, expressing that joy in a way that is artistic. And Islam encourages such expressions so long as they serve a noble purpose, so long as they express the truth and bring people to enjoy life in a good way. Therefore, Islam encourages any creativity that will enhance life, and anything that enhances life or shows life and the beautiful aspects of it, and teaches people about their history, about their religion, is good. In Islam, there are some forbidden arts because they are not constructive, they are not healthy. However, the scope is very wide to include different expressions, and that's why we Muslims in our history have excelled in many ways. Architecture, for instance, the Islamic architecture witnesses for the genius of the Muslim art and creativity. Calligraphy is one of the expressions. In Islam, there are some injunctions forbidding Muslims from making idols and icons. However, because of that, Muslims excelled in calligraphy. It takes only a visit to any Muslim country, to the mosques and the government edifices or other buildings which are of public ownership, and then you find that the Muslims have indeed excelled in expressing the Islamic art, expressing the religion. You just go and visit, for instance, Morocco or Turkey or Egypt or Damascus, Syria, or many Muslim countries, and you notice how beautiful and detailed is the Islamic art. Today, in our days, we would like to share something about our religion. How do we share it? Through art, through songs, through poetry, we can do that. Unfortunately, many Muslims have the impression that Islam is against art, against singing, against poetry, because in the time of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, there weren't many artistic and creative expressions to promote the good, and it was an expression of course, the bad. So people think that all art is bad. Music was most of it about things that are wrong. So people think all the music is haram. Or drawing was about drawing the gods and the idols, or making sculpture of the gods. So people thought of drawing all of it is bad. And so on and so forth. Different artistic expressions were not reflecting the humanistic beautiful expressions, but rather a religious system that was, of course, the opposite of the Abrahamic faith, that was actually expressing idolatry, expressing indecency, expressing different bad things. So Muslims developed this idea that a lot of art is bad, a lot of songs are bad, a lot of music. And because we have a chapter in the Quran talking about the poets, and God spoke in a way that gives this impression that poetry is bad. No, not all poetry is bad, because the Prophet himself encouraged his companion and friend Hassan ibn Thabit to make poetry and answer back the bad poetry. So there is the good and there is the bad. Most of the songs might have some indecent words, Islam said this kind of songs are bad. So people believe that these kinds of songs are haram, meaning illicit, forbidden. So we have to be very careful. Art can be used for good and can be used for bad. And art is what makes life beautiful. It's an expression of the beauty, of the joy. And that's why we will, of course, cover in the future many topics related to art. But dear viewers, remain seated. We will have a guest very soon, and we will talk about artistic expressions and creativity and the fest and the Muslim fest, which happens every year. So we'll be back in few minutes.
بني الإسلام على خمس. Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said, Islam is built on 5 pillars.
From the Faith of Life Network comes a brand new 8 DVD set on the 5 pillars of Islam. Filmed and produced at the highest studio quality, this comprehensive DVD series includes thorough yet easy to understand discussions on the testimony of faith, prayer in Islam, charity and almsgiving, fasting in Ramadan, and the pilgrimage to Mecca, with a bonus DVD on good manners. Good for the young and old, new Muslims, and simply anyone who would like to learn about the basics of Islam in a whole new way. Makes a perfect gift for family, friends, and colleagues. To order your copy today, call now at 1-888-201-3339 or visit us online at www.faithoflife.net.